Yeah,
TikTok
yeah,
riders.
big.
The 17-year-olds that got a stock S1K with a swing arm on it, and they're going like this on TikTok.
Yeah.
You know? Yeah. These are the guys that are promoting these events. So you're drawing all those type of guys to these events. I think that's where the problem
That's
is.
what they do, isn't it?
Yeah.
Oh.
But you also can't complain, bro, because everybody in the roll race scene wanted the scene to grow. They wanted more bikes to come out.
And I mean, that does help the scene.
Yeah.
That does help.
I'm
Like,
not disagreeing.
yeah, shout out to, get your money where you get it, bro. Like, I know Instagram guys, influencers that like do roll race. Shout out to my man Reckless. Big following. He does his thing. You know what I'm saying? But another question here, right? As far as classes and these roll race meets, right? Like, how important do you feel like an event can be had where it's just a whole bunch of bikes, mutual? If someone wants to race, y'all could just talk amongst yourselves and not have all this class
I feel
talk.
like that's how it should be, because I feel like the tournaments, like, it eliminates people. Or like, I see a lot of these, a lot of tournaments now that are coming up that I've seen posted. It's like stock motor class, and then it's like, fucking all out motor class. Like, where is the in between? Like, I'm not, like, say I had a fucking 2 mil bike. I'm not racing a stroker bike.
Yeah.
Say I had a 3 mil. I'm not racing a stroker bike. Like, that's not fair, So it's like you either have a stock motor or you're racing with the big guys. And that's like, what's the point in entering?
I think that, listen, right, like, you can have a multitude of classes, right? But it's the roll race scene, right? Like, unless you're a stock motor, let's be real, right? Like, quote unquote, what people deem stock motor nowadays, right? Because I feel like that's ending real soon.
Yeah.
Like,
it's just hard. It's
let's
too hard
let's-
to like find out what.
yeah,
really a
yeah. There's
stock
too many
motor is.
variables, bro. There's
Yeah.
too many variables, and I think it's always gonna be a shit show at some point, bro. But regardless of that, right? Like, that's the biggest class. Everything else, the head cam guys, the stroke, the more expensive it gets, the less people it's gonna be.
Yeah.
Right? Because you have to understand where your level is and what you can really afford in this, right? So you full bolt on to head cam to a 3 mil, whatever, or stroker, whatever, right? The bigger the motor, the more money you're gonna spend, the smaller the class.
Yep.
So are you wasting your time, or is it really worth it, right? Because for me, right, like, I would love to see boosters. The biggest of the baddest
Yeah,
boosters.
the argument there with the guys with big motors is going to be, what if I spin and you get out? And I do get beat by a head cam.
That's racing.
Right? I mean,
That's
but
racing.
their motor's so big they could just reel you in. Like,
It happens. I've seen it happen.
I've seen it happen.
yeah.
But you know what I'm saying? Like, so for me, I don't, like, for my events, I'm not doing classes. The reason why I'm not doing classes is because I'd rather host a group chat, and people want to race, or at the event, chop it up, talk. You want to line it up for a couple of bucks, or ahead of time? I'm gonna be there such and such time. 5-6 bands, you with it? Cool. Let's get it done.
Yep.
Like, you know what I'm saying? All the big boys that I know, it's a conversation.
That's how it was when we did it here.
All
we
it
just
is.
fucking got on the highway. 'Cause that's all we don't got roads, but you get on the highway and everyone raced, and it was great.
So I don't like, especially like for me, man, the stock motor thing is just, after the events I've gone to, it's getting ridiculous.
Mm-hmm.
And the more competitive this gets, you are never gonna know, bro.
No.
If someone's really that smart, or someone's bike's always gonna be lighter, right? Because then there's that factor,
Mm-hmm.
right? The small guys and all that. Like, you join these events, you're not going by the weight of the rider. So even if
that comes up, because as soon as they, like, I've seen it multiple times, like, just on myself, they see me and they're like, oh no, I'm not racing you.
and I get it, right? Like, I wouldn't
Why
fucking
isn't there weight classes?
well.
Listen,
Then it's weight class. Then it's fucking
it's all
weight
gonna-
class, motor class. Like, it's
Yeah.
like, dude, it's like just race. Like,
That's why without an event, right? Like, for example, like my Fresno event, one day it's literally gonna be like a barbecue, bro. Music, all the cars, people get to like meet each other from Instagram or whatever. Afternoon, race. Sunday, all racing. You guys get to know each other from the community.
Yep.
Talk. You guys want to race? Oh, well, I'm one size. You're this size. But I got someone that matches you. So let's make something happen. I got a jockey with me. You know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, you want to see how it's not necessarily, it depends on personal preference. But I'm just saying you can make it happen, bro. It's a
100%.
conversation.
Yep.
Without classes, right? Because the competition can ruin an event, bro.
Yeah.
Egos. You know what I mean? Talk about break your bike down right now in front of me for $500. No.
Yeah, no, literally.
The grudge guys already figured it out, bro. I don't know why the roll race scene is taking so long to like catch up, but the grudge
That's
guys
already happened, yeah.
like
the cars and all that has already happened. So
even
long
with the
ago.
bikes, bro. Like any grudge race that you go that's like bike related, like dig races, they have wheelbase limits for the classes, and they have bodywork limits for the classes and fuel limits for the classes. That's the only way. Like the only way it'll ever work, bro. Where you have the wheelbase limit, so you got a certain amount of stretch that you could do. And stock wheelbase to this much, whatever it may be. The grunge guys already figured it out.
Yeah, they were doing super stock wheelbase bikes at one point.
Really?
Yeah. And then you got fuel limitations on certain classes, which is probably the most fair you could be. Like, yeah, this guy's on a stock motor on pump gas, and this guy's got a stroker on pump gas for some weird reason. Like, whatever, bro. Get your money up.
Yeah.
If this guy fits in your class, but he's got a stroker and you don't, get your money up, bro.
Yeah.
I don't know what to tell you. Take your swing arm off and go join the stock wheelbase class. Like these guys already figured it out, bro.
Yeah.
The road racing scene is just everyone's so eager to like push these stock motors to the limit, or like let's see how long it's gonna take this guy to find out that I got a thin head gasket on my shit.
Is it that though, or is it people that try to gatekeep this scene for a long time? Because I feel like if you had a big enough of a following, right, and you could kind of skew the perspective of what you should be doing, right, and what roll racing looks like, I definitely feel like at one point or another, there were fucking gatekeepers in this, right? But now we're at a point right now where it's not what you can do, it's what you can prove. If you can say your bike is this, and that, but can you prove it? And are you willing to prove it, or are you willing to put the money up to prove it? Because not everybody likes to race for money. But if you're saying you're this, prove that shit, bro. And that comes with, once again, bringing it back to the ego thing. So if you're the king of stock motor, are you really? And how far are you willing to go to prove that?
Yeah, break down the bike.
If you're on social media saying I got the fastest stock motorbike, you're weird as fuck. In my opinion.
Hey.
Yeah.
Fuck you.
First of all, you're the fastest stock motor like around here.
Yeah, and
we went to Atlanta and figured out how fast.
Oh hell no, I wasn't.
We went to Atlanta and figured out how fast you really
bro,
are.
I gotta say one thing in Atlanta, bro.
Yeah.
There was not a stock motor that I raced. That was not a stock motor. That was like ridiculous, bro. I was out like 7 bikes on them, and then I get reeled in at the last second. I'm like, there's no way. A stock motor is not pushing that long gearing that fast.
Hey,
but it is
you
what it
went
is.
there. You put some money up, whatever. It was small money.
Yeah, it was small money.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You
But you
put
did
money
that
up.
shit.
You were trying to
I
find
did.
out.
Yeah.
And you found out.
And I found out.
So we'll be back. We'll try it again.
Yeah.
We're gonna pull up with the same stock motor you got.
But you know what, bro? You weren't afraid to fucking lose.
No. I just wanted to see, because like around here, like I said, I've called out multiple people. No one wants to race. They all have like an
We
excuse
ran his
about
VIN,
me.
bro. We ran his VIN. We found out which factory and what day it was built. We ordered a motor that was built at the same factory on the same day.
Yo, so for me, when Dave was putting my motor together, right, he was like, oh, do you want to show this? And I told Dave, I'm like, Dave, I don't give a fuck, bro.
Yeah.
Anybody ask me what I have, I'll say with either of my bikes. Why? Because at the end of the day, like the whole secretive thing doesn't do anything for me. Me personally. I can't speak for everybody else. For me, hey, this is what I have, bro. Either you're in or you're out.
Yep.
I don't care, because you know what? The money that I spent on these bikes, I'm not getting it back anyway.
Yep.
Unless I'm a Samedi or Brett, my guys. You know what I'm saying? Like, those are the only guys that are racing for enough money to really, like, suffice what they're doing here.
Yeah, gain
Like,
something
literally.
back out of it.
You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
If you got a built motor, racing you, let's say his motor was built, bro, racing you for a couple of $100. Bro, that's not even fucking fuel.
No, it really wasn't.
No.
So what was, you get what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
So get in where you fit in. Instead of playing you, why don't you go race someone of caliber?
Yep.
And
I
see
agree
how
with that.
fast you really are.
Yeah, I agree with that.
So
But to some people, this is a hustle.
yeah,
But is that really hustling? Because I feel like if you're a hustler, you don't hustle backwards.
hustling egos?
I guess, dude. This, you
Because
know,
after all, he could be a stock motor, bro. And over here, Joey's tripping about it.
No.
You know what I'm saying? So like the $100, $200 don't matter, but he's got Joey thinking.
Yeah,
So
I
that-
was just thinking. I don't
that
care
might
about the
be
money.
what
I'm
he
just
wants,
like,
you know?
yeah, man. Hey, you know, sometimes the math don't math, bro.
No,
And
no, that's
you know what I mean? Like, but that is what it is, bro. I was really curious about the class thing, because I was asked for my events if I was going to be hosting classes and shit like that, and you know, I said no because I've seen what it is. I didn't like it.
Yeah.